Are you a patriotic Ghanaian or party fanatic? Ask yourself this question and give it a deep introspection. In Ghana, patriotism is a cherished value, a sense of pride in our rich culture and history. Yet, political parties play a significant role in shaping our nation's future. But what happens when party loyalty seems to overshadow national interests? In Ghana, we have party fanatics and patriots. While the party people support anyone elected by the corrupt delegates, patriotic citizens look for the best candidate of the time. The delegates are corrupt because they are influenced by the ability of the candidates to pay and how much they stand to gain as individual delegates. How can these delegates who are fully corrupt and driven by their personal interest elect an incorruptible candidate for the people? No wonder, both the NDC and NPP leadership have been ridden with scandals and corruption hamstringing Ghana's economy and spreading poverty. Despite the numerous suitable candidates in the NDC, the delegates presented former President Mahama as the candidate for the 2024 election while the NPP presents Bawumia as the best candidate. Both candidates are tainted in corruption and incompetence. When it comes to Mahama, his presidency and vice presidency ushered in the protracted power crisis known as Dumso, which plunged the country into economic mess. 2. His administration was involved in a number of loot and share judgment debts. 3. He was directly at the center of the Ford gift scandal. 4. He is the only president whose administration refused to pay teachers for their duly earned income. 5. He was also at the center of the Airbus scandal. He used sole sourcing strategies to siphon huge amounts of money from the nation's coffers. Mahama left the projects implemented under his predecessor to rot. Laudable projects such as the Affordable Housing Project, Metro Mass Transport and many others were all abandoned. One of Ghana's biggest social interventions, the National Health Insurance Scheme, was almost defunded under Mahama. However, he made a huge stride in the education delivery with his e-classroom program. Mahama embarked on massive infrastructural projects which many people praised him for turning Accra into Dubai. Bawumia, the current vice president, on the other hand, played a pivotal role in implementing the free high school program. He has laid down the foundation to ensure that Arabic becomes integrated into Ghana's education system. He led the digital address and Ghana card, including the interpolation of mobile money platform resources. However, Bawumia was complicit in the dubious contract with the notorious Nigerian tycoon through whom the billions of dollars realized from the COVID screening at the Kotoka International Airport went missing. Moreover, billions of dollars donated by the IMF and the World Bank to cushion Ghana's economy have gone missing without a trace. The fund was to support the cedi to stand against the unstable world economic conditions. The failure to use the money as directed by the IMF caused the Ghana cedi to depreciate to historic low, making the economy unpredictably volatile. This destructive activity was conducted under Bawumia, the vice president. Many businesses suffered and Ghanaians have to pay more for commodities and services. The vice president was instrumental in the attempts to mortgage the royalties of Ghana's gold through the Agiapa scheme. It was part of a plan to take a lion's share of Ghana's resources. The committee in charge of the implementation of the Agiapa deal under the vice president sunk $12 million into the project. It should be noted $12 million could transform the lives of over 1,000 Ghanaian families. The right of the masses to Ghana's mineral resources has been curtailed only to be given to party Star Wars with money. While several people have lost their lives due to the military chasing them in the dangerous terrain, the party people get security while mining and polluting our water bodies. Even worse, many Chinese nationals are allowed to use crude machines with dangerous chemicals to mine and pollute the environment. The Nana Bawumia government has not given up on their desire to grab what is left of Ghana's gold. They tried to take all future royalties from the mining companies to deprive successive governments of the benefit of royalties. Imagine if the NPP had a clear majority in parliament, this government would have taken royalties meant for future generations and embezzled the fund. As the chairman of the police council, the vice president has ensured that many assassinations and killings go unresolved. The national security apparatus has been used to intimidate and kill several people, often under the guise of armed robbery. In the international scene, Ghana always votes in support of Palestinian interest. We have taken a decisive stand in support of Hamas, Russia, and China. This is not what the majority of Ghanaians stand for. But the creed of Bawumia dictates the vote of the country. This administration is making Ghanaians feel so much heat and depriving us of benefiting from our natural resources. They have collapsed the nation's oil refinery, the Tema oil refinery. All Ghana's crude oil are exported and oil imported at high prices to the detriment of the citizens. The Bawumia and NPP government, after opening Ghana's coffers for free looting and crass mismanagement, they went to the extent of depriving investors access to their investments under their debt exchange program. Thus, they placed the repercussions of their mismanagement and greed on the investing citizens. They even placed the pensions fund, which is the life support of the vulnerable retirees, into jeopardy, creating anxiety and mistrust in the system. The Bawumia and NPP administration is the only government in history that awards scholarships meant for the poor to ministers of state, not even to party people who need them. The government is robbing the hope of many families to the pleasure of ministers of state. They also run open border policy, allowing many criminals from other countries to enter the country to contribute to high crime rates. The administration discontinued most of the projects of the previous administrations, including even that of the Kufur administration, and allowed them to rot to the detriment of the citizens. The Bawumia and NPP administration did not improve on the quality of the national health insurance, and allowed the Metro Mass Transport Program, including the affordable housing by the Kufur administration, to rot. The Bawumia and NPP government has taken more loans than any other government in the history of Ghana, but they have little to show for them. The Chinese loans alone could be used to transform Ghana into an industrial hub. However, Ghana continues to reel in unemployment, underemployment, and economic mess. If you are a party person, you must have already decided who to vote for. But think about Ghana first and the future of our children. If you are a patriotic citizen, reflect on the possible results of giving power to these two political parties. Kindly say a prayer for Ghana. You can encourage me by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you.